Today's video, the 3 things we learned closing escrow on a house in Maine whilst living in California, Oregon.
Carpenter, carpenter, won't you build us a home? One true and straight where our children may grow. Built on a foundation made of stone. Carpenter, carpenter, won't you build us a home?
As you can see, it would appear as though we're filming this video in a high school video production lab with some Sears Portrait Studio background, when in fact it's the curtains in my mother's spare bedroom that have been closed because backlighting doesn't work when you're filming a YouTube vlog, blah, 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 blah. All of that to say.
But it's raining.
It is raining. It's really crummy outside and it's kind of cold and wet, and we're not in the RV. We're here. We're at my mom's.
Otherwise... The trailer would be doing this with the children bouncing around in the back room.
Not the fun kind of trailer rocking either. The 3 things that we learned whilst purchasing a home in Maine from the West Coast. Number 3. Number 3. The first thing, number 3, was that there is a state sales tax on the sale of real estate for sellers that live outside the state of Maine. And now you might be thinking, we're the buyers, what's it matter? Well, our dear sweet escrow lawyer officer lady sends us an email and says, sign this and get it back to me. Well,
I want to pull it up. The wording.
Okay, so we were both in real estate. So when someone says sign this, the first thing we do is read it. Unless we're buying cars, like you never read that paperwork. Anyways, so I read the first paragraph of the second page of this sheet I'm supposed to sign. May I?
Oh, I thought I was going to.
Well,
I never talk on these videos. You just do all the talking.
Oh, you're the dancing monkey. Now you don't want me to dance. Anyways, go.
Well, it says the purpose of... Well, do you want to read it?
No, just read it.
Purpose of form. This form requires a buyer to withhold state income tax when real property located in Maine is acquired from a non-resident of Maine. The buyer must withhold and remit to the state tax assessor 2.5% of the consideration received by the transferor, who must file. A buyer. So we're flipping out.
So we get this email with no explanation. All of a sudden, it looks like that we have to pay an extra 2.5%. Now, we read the HUD 1, or the closing statement. That's what you get. It's a breakdown of it's a balance sheet at escrow. There was nothing in the neighborhood of 2.5% on our side for taxes. We called the escrow lady. I'm like, whoa. You're making my blood pressure medication work. What's going on? She goes, no, you got to read the other half of your HUD 1. The sellers paid it. The buyers withhold it and pay it to the state. So there was this like hot minute on Monday of last week where we thought we owed another 2.5%. after we just spent all of our money on a house. So that was exciting. That was like, ooh, welcome to Maine. And mind you, we're from Oregon, but there's no sales tax. So anytime there's like, you're buying something in here, you're being taxed, we're like, whoa. We got to get used to this again. So that was it. That's the number, the first thing, the number 3 thing.
The number 3 thing.
Was that, if you don't live in the state of Maine and you sell your state of Maine house, you're paying 2.5%.
Which is another commission.
A pound of flesh to the great citizens of Maine. So the second thing that we learned while buying a house from the West Coast on the East Coast was how unencumbered the property is. Now, if you've ever bought a home, you'll know you get a title report, and the title report lists a legal description and anyone that has easements and that sort of thing.
CC&Rs.
Yeah, oh, good.
Or what are those horrible things? Homeowners associations.
HOA. So anyways, we get all of our closing documents and we look through them. Again, we were real estate agents, so this isn't like our first rodeo.
And I'm waiting to see the title report.
And we're not, as far as we can tell, we don't have it. So again, Kelly, we reach out to Kelly, and Kelly's like, "Oh, look at page 16 of your packet." Well, she doesn't sound like that. She actually sounds a bit like from the South, like real sweet Southern lady. She's real nice, Kelly is. And so we look at it. The title report was a paragraph. Mind you, when we bought our house in Oregon, it was like a 20, 25 page title report. The first page of our title report on the home in Oregon was a certificate from the United States Army stating that the property was free of unexploded ordnance and spent munitions, because we bought property on an old Army base. So that was our last title report. This title report was a paragraph, and the funny thing was there was nothing on it.
There's no easements. Well, if you've ever bought a house, you know the power company they have a legal easement generally to come onto your property to service their equipment. So I'm like, well, this is really weird. Where is this? No, come to find out, when we set up our utility account, we actually own the power pole and the power lines from the road to our house. So in addition to getting a really awesome house on 22 acres with 1,500 feet of shoreline, we also get 180 feet of power lines
and a power pole. So that was kind of new to us. So quite literally, our title report was a paragraph. Sidebar, we are buying a piece of property that we are the third owners in 140-ish years. Wow, that's just really cool. Wrap your mind around that.
Yeah.
So there was little to nothing on the title report, and it was just really weird. It caught us off guard. This may only be neat to you if you're a real estate nerd.
Which we are.
Kind of a little bit.
Okay, number one.
The third thing, number one.
The third thing, number one.
Yeah, it's the third thing on the list, but it's number one. You see what I'm saying? It only works. They cross it too. Anyways.
Number one.
Number one. So when you buy a house in Maine, it's kind of like inviting all of your Islander friends over for a barbecue. The closing will happen when it happens, not a moment sooner, and it's all subject to change.
At any time.
At any time when the cousins tell you they're running late. So that was it was hilarious. It's like
we were supposed to close on the 4th.
Yep.
Thursday before, which is New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
No, was it New Year's Eve?
I think so. Yeah.
Look at a calendar. I don't want to mess this up because
it doesn't matter. Kelly's the only one that's really gonna know.
Yeah, Thursday, New Year's Eve, we get a phone call. Hey, your documents are getting emailed to you. You need to print this out and get a notary and get them in the mail. No, FedEx overnight.
Monday morning.
But we're supposed to close on Monday.
Yeah.
So we're going, what do you mean I thought we're closing on Monday.
How does this work?
Oh, you're closing on Monday, but everything's going to be distributed on Tuesday.
So it's like you sort of close on Monday, you sort of don't, you sort of close on Tuesday, and by the way, the following Monday we got more paperwork to fill out. So quite literally, like buying real estate in Maine.
Wasn't it Tuesday?
It was maybe Tuesday if the days run together.
It was a long week.
Like it was just like island time.
I think we finally closed on Thursday.
It's like
officially.
Yeah, like Margaritaville.
Like recorded.
Buying a house. It was just like, oh yeah, we'll get there. All of that to say,
be flexible when moving to Maine. Yes. It's a very laid back state.
It is.
Down to the bureaucracy, or not bureaucracy. I should say down to the legal entities.
Yeah, it's just
of escrow. It's kind of Mainana land.
Mainana, yeah, we'll get to it. Mainana, I like that. Who'd you get that from?
I made it up just now.
Wow. I like that. So yeah, so it's just it was so laid back.
All that to say, we're super excited to move to Maine. We're super excited about how laid back it is, and
I'm looking forward to that pace of life.
Yes, slower pace of life.
After being kind of itinerant and mobile and moving around. The three things when moving to Maine. Your title report could be short, so look for it because you'll miss it. It could be one paragraph on page 16. The second thing is that
you may have to sign a form in case the person is from out of state,
and you'll think that you just got settled with another $7,200 tax bill. We didn't. And then the third thing and number one is Maine time. It's like island time. I've never been to the islands, but I know people. They say it. That's how they describe it. Maybe Maine's like Palau, but instead of flip-flops, they have duck boots. And instead of Hawaiian shirts, they wear flannel. You're dressed for
I'm not wearing duck boots. I don't have any duck boots.
No. Do they squeak when you walk?
I think they quack.